I'm about to debunk the fact that Gypsy and Deedee, her mother, was being investigated for fraud, specifically for medical fraud or disability fraud. After Deedee passed away, a detective investigated all the way back to 1999, all the way until 2015, till the day she passed, to try to find out if there was in fact fraud or any kind of schemes going on. That because of the simple fact that there was one single report from a doctor that there may have been medical fraud involved, and that was proven wrong. Right here behind me is the supplemental report from the detective doing the investigation, where he contacted several law enforcement agencies, including St. Tammany Parish in Louisiana, Lafourche Parish in Louisiana, Springfield, Missouri, and Missouri police. The only type of arrest record that would have been just for Deedee was 1999 to 2002, and that was for bad checks and for missing court. Now, after that, Deedee did encounter the police quite a bit, but it wasn't because of her. It was because she was an actual victim in these reports. From 2004 to 2005, the only thing that Deedee was involved with the police with was when she called the police for a wallet theft and damage to her vehicle. Now, she was the victim in that. Not to mention, we all know the story behind the Walmart incident and Gypsy apparently stealing from her mother. So was that Deedee covering for Gypsy once again? From '05 to '07, Missouri had a crash in their system, so that was the only period of time where they were not able to receive records. Now, Hurricane Katrina, they did have records for that, so that rumor about them not having records during Hurricane Katrina is false information. Now, from 2009 to 2015 is where Deedee encounters the police the most. This would be in the town Springfield, Missouri, and Greene County. This included theft reports, domestic reports, and potential fraud for welfare checks, which was unfounded and proven that it was in fact not fraud. Now, there's a few other things in between that I didn't mention. Nothing major, nothing that she was accused of. But if you want to screenshot it and read it behind me, you can. But if you look at the highlighted part, it says, neither of the law enforcement agencies I encountered outside of Greene County, Missouri, had reports from individuals claiming the Blanchards, which is Gypsy and Deedee, were involved in fraud. The only report in Greene County related to possible disability fraud was from a medical doctor in 2009 and was unfounded at the time. So, there's your answer. They were not scheming and frauding for welfare and this, that, and the other. Gypsy was actually sick. Everything that they were doing and receiving money for was for a legitimate reason. Now, is Deedee wrong for writing bad checks back in 1999? Yeah, she was young, okay? Crap happens. But according to her arrest record, other than that one time, there was nothing else. There was no fraud. There was no medical fraud. There was no disability fraud going on. Nothing. Nothing was found. That detective that wrote that supplemental report included everything, and he found nothing. So for Gypsy to sit here and say that she was doing this and doing that, scamming people and this, that, and the other is false. And that narrative that the media put out is also false. I believe the only kind of fraud that was going on is when Gypsy was on Facebook asking for donations and GoFundMes and begging people for money, basically. Now, was Deedee on the computer possibly doing that as well? Possibly, maybe. But was it because Gypsy was actually sick? I think so. I think so. Anyways, what do y'all think? Because that's crazy, honestly, because this whole time, everybody, all of us, everybody has been thinking that Deedee and Gypsy were scheming, frauding, medical fraud, trying to get disability checks, and Gypsy wasn't even sick and this, that, and the other, but yet none of that was true.